empire. Yep, guys, it's our best friend Morocco, I guess. Except, why would we recognize Western Sahara on this map if that is the case? And, hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look into a nice scenario in which Morocco makes a nice empire. And the first thing they do is attack their neighbor to the south, Western Sahara, which they occupy most of. Oh, de facto independent, kinda. And, well, they enter across the borders with many forces crossing. Why so many? Because they can. They send all the forces that like to fight in deserts in. Why would you like to fight in a desert? Beats me. What about you? With them annexing this directly in to their sovereign Moroccan kingdom. They can't go to Spain yet, because Spain is still too tough. You're in a bad spot, Morocco, come to think of it. We'll give you Algeria, because your weapons are probably something better. They are Western weapons, so after all, if we can't give them anything else, we can give them its Western weapons. With a skirmish breaking out on the Morocco-Algerian border. And this is a major skirmish. As it appears that Algeria sent a full army in, with one division entering here and shooting at Moroccan forces. This infuriates Morocco, leading to war with Algeria. Okay. And how would this be good for Morocco? With Morocco about dead, I guess. They bring all their forces out of Western Sahara and pow back Algeria. And them being held there on the border. With this, no way they can win. I'm starting to send negotiations to stop this violence. But Algeria does not accept. And why is Morocco doing this? Because they can. It's fair, I guess. But is it really, guys? No. With Algeria getting beat up because of Western weapons. Did they not even think for a minute that Western weapons are better? Yeah. I guess they didn't. Them in this video being caused over just Algeria thinking they can take land. Which this led to Morocco being strengthened. Looking better on the world stage. But we forgot one thing when they did this war. They forgot they moved troops out of Western Sahara. Yeah. As Mauritania manages to occupy half of Western Sahara. But you think that looks bad. But at the same time, this happened. Where Morocco shoved in. Meanly, but you know, it's Morocco. Yeah. They occupy huge swaths of land. Morocco does. As Mauritania's forces are withdrawn to secure the northern border. Which works somewhat. And they do this. But to Morocco, who was almost fully mobilized, it's an easy task. I don't know how strong Mauritania is, but I've always assumed it's moderately strong. Maybe it's something like Luxembourg. Looks weak, but really it's strong. With Morocco trying to take off their coast. Which goes which they also do this. And well, Mauritania is almost forced to surrender. They still have room to negotiate. But the longer they wait, the quicker their negotiation power goes away. You need to be on the right side of the war to have good negotiations. Or you could start the war, and sometimes that gives you a better place. But sometimes it doesn't, as we see. With Mauritania giving up, as it's seen that they can no longer win this war, and that this war is practically unwinnable. With Morocco coming up with a plan where they don't annex too much. They don't annex too much by this. And then they leave a nation called Morocco Mali. Okay, but why would he take it out of Mauritania? And wasn't Ghana where Mali is? The Ghanan Empire was where Mali is or something. Odd. Yeah. With Morocco making a puppet state known as Moroccan Mali. Yeah, I know. It's not even Mali. But yet they call it it. And they basically aimed to invade Mali, with their armed forces having been built up previously. With them having their plans for West Africa not done yet. Their plans are to take land from all the way down to Guinea, maybe, but not any of Sierra Leone. So yeah, they speed up their invasion of Mali. They probably already would be capitulating, basically. And it's like Azawad, an area that wants its independence. Mauritania is then granted Mali, with Morocco even making a Azawad puppet. As Morocco has troops on the Algerian border, which is getting suspicious. But they can't go too far south because that would overextend them long. The Mali puppet looks kind of cool. With them saying this is our last move into Africa. Even though they're in Africa. So I guess they aren't European, so we can trust them. And yet, with them slowing down. But Morocco was one of the first nations to agree with America, I think. Or something. So maybe that's why they have good relations with America. I don't know much. I think that war is pointless. Despite, you probably can't tell based on my videos. But I do believe that it's pointless. You should be able to figure out by watching through my videos why it would be pointless. I guess. Unless you like war, which you probably do if you're watching my videos. I don't like war, but I like what would happen. Fine. That's a way of stretching it. But it's cruel what does actually happen versus these mapping videos where they're like, you're dead, you're alive, you're unalive, you're dead, you're alive, you're unalived. Okay. Yeah. With the Mali puppet state becoming strong, I guess people in Mali would be happy if you made a puppet out of them and then made them strong. Like you took all their land away and made them a big puppet. Like that's something. It has to count for something, I guess. But them shifting their eyes towards North Africa. Specifically a certain amount of lands. Which are, for some reason, seem to be pretty excessive. Which somehow this is definitely very excessive. Would you guys agree this is an excessive swath of land? But this is just in North Africa. But with Algeria still in problems from losing that war, they decide now is the best time to attack them. Well, they want to get to Egypt Oh, but they didn't realize but then their plans leak, which they use as an opportunity to make Egypt an ally. But Egypt isn't ready. It's just going to have enough to hold itself. With Algeria not... with many countries being prepared, especially Morocco. Well, Egypt isn't doing so well. Why aren't they doing well? Because, they just don't. And well, for reality, this is something. Why am I not using naval fighting? Because I think I will use navy, maybe. So, well, equipped as Algeria's navy has been overrun. And Morocco starting to overrun Libya's, which Egypt also starts to do. Because Libya's got overextended. Yeah. Their navy gets sunk. With their attempts to continue living failing. Seeming like Morocco is going to use this for an opportunity to just take some islands from Greece. Which they send a huge sum of money to Greece and basically say, we will invade you if you don't give us these lands. Which they say yes to. And fears of getting invaded. With them mostly focused on the north. I guess you can guess why. With Egypt wondering what to do, they invade. And well, Egypt's invasion is very successful. Within weeks, they're all the way here, along with Moroccan forces. With Libya basically having collapsed and Algeria giving up. They come to the peace negotiating tables, and now Morocco's attention on Europe is Spain into Europe, including France, Italy, Greece, Portugal, and Andorra. But then again, Andorra is pretty much France's puppet state. So I guess after they form a coalition after Morocco declared war. But together they're strong. But are they really that strong together? That's hard to tell you. Guys, I don't know what will happen. Fine, we all know what will happen. It's an Empire video, you're probably saying in your head. But do you really? Do you really? Because if you knew, well, you do. But you don't. Why am I saying you do know, but you don't? Because I'm being funny. I think you got one ally. I mean, it's most likely true. You probably have a few. Quickly after this war begins, they get a few allies. No joke. Which, I guess you probably expected the allies to be the same people we always associate them with when this happens. Okay. I feel like I used the wrong color, guys. How about you? Maybe if I read. No. It could be angle or something, maybe. Well, then Serbia and friends get involved. But Bosnia doesn't for some weird reason. Maybe this was expected, maybe it wasn't. With this kind of happening. With the first phase of this war being fall of the Balkans. Now, with that happening, well, they were planning on invading somewhere else is what they got wrong. This is a problem as not much defense was fortifying this region. And yeah, they invade on 2 fronts, 2 attacks. 3 now. But the 2 southern ones consolidate. With it looking like this one will consolidate with that one, which they do, but it's not fully consolidated. Now this being a hold ground. But only one problem. Italy was planning something big, which only took a small amount of naval dominance. And then they use a very odd tactic where they go running in as far as they can go, which disorganized a lot of areas of Moroccan forces. Because they ran in. With Italy crossing into the Saharan Empire, but then saying, yeah, we don't want the Saharan Empire as part of us. And yeah, they invade. They do this quickly and surprisingly, but it doesn't hurt Morocco because who cares about losing that? When you're about to have one of the biggest strategic victories of this war as they move up towards Madrid, which they encircle and then they take Madrid. While they take Madrid, it's celebrated and the military's morale goes up with them encircling Portugal. They even take Lisbon. But this is where Turkey has had enough of not doing anything and actually does something for the first time in this war. And why isn't their navy mobilized? Because it just got mobilized. What? Was Turkey slacking this full war? Well, yes. And then they're like, why do you slack, Turkey? And Turkey says, give me Greece and the Balkans all to myself. With them taking out Greece within hours. Yes, there's no help for anyone but Turkey. And well, Turkey liberates the Balkans, or so they say they do. With Italy in chaos, some of the commands of these nations being in chaos. With France and Andorra thinking leave the war, but they're still going to be colored in. And you know what? Just because we can. Just because Morocco can, they do this. Chase the Italians, even encircle them in 2 spots. How's this an encirclement? You may ask, I have coast. Well, because naval dominance is not under their hands. With everybody panicking, especially France, who is now trying to get out with their lives and doesn't care about anybody else's lives. With them, Andorra leaving, but Andorra was forced in by France, so now they think they can leave because France left. Well, everybody else is in chaos. With first Iberia falls, and then Italy starts having problems as the Turks start landing here, the Moroccans are here, Egyptians are there, and Moroccans are here. I'm able to surrender, but they are trying to get it done, but then they don't make it in time to do it. Or something else, or something more, or something third, I don't know. And the Moroccan Empire is happy, I guess. And well, peace treaty is signed. A lot changed, including Albania getting Kosovo, Kosovo taking Serbia's land and stuff. And well, Turkey annexing all of Greece except what Albania, Macedonia stole. And then let's see the states Morocco has after we look at the changes to the map. So they gained land out of Italy, right? They gained land out of Spain and Portugal. Catalonia got independence, and now let's look at states. So that's Italian state, Greek state, Iberian state, and then let's look at the rest. This is the North African state. This is a West African state. This is an Inner Moroccan state. Inner Morocco, North Morocco, and South Morocco. Why is there so many states? Because they're just as deal with it, please. And everybody likes other states. I don't know if dividing the states really makes a difference. But I have something to tell you. We're at 129 subscribers. But will we have the way to get to 175 if we're at 130, basically? We're one away from 130. So, if we're one away from 130 and 175, less than 50, 45, 46 subscribers left to go in 8 days. We have 8 days to get 46 more subscribers. Probably not going to happen, but at least we tried. I'll come up with next month's goal, but it depends on where we are at the end of this month. That's the only big thing. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. Why? Because I think you should. Please like and subscribe. Mean a lot if you drop to subscribe, so please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video, pretty much. Please like, subscribe, and comment. That's all for today's video, Wild Mapper.